Hello, hello, hello. My name is Angela Odom, and I am the lead strategist and CEO of the Better You Project. I work with women in supervisory and managerial positions, helping them to navigate their current environment, especially as they are focusing on their leadership skills. Right. So that's what I do. I'm your leadership coach. I know you've been praying for someone to come and say, hey, just help me, guide me through this process, especially if you are considering um, different approaches and ways to communicate with your boss and with your direct supports, as well as your peers. Communication is crucial to everything we're doing. So, I wanted to just share with you a remarkable conversation I had with my 15-year-old, right? I just was telling him about an experience I had when I attended Oprah's The Life You Want weekend. It was Live Your Life tour she was doing in 2014. And at that time, he was 9 years old, right? And I was sharing with him that I I was looking at just going through one of these program books that from that event, right? And so I was looking at it, and I was all excited, and I was looking at all of my notes, and I'm going to talk to you in a few minutes about an event that I am hosting on Saturday beginning at 10 a.m., Saturday, December 19th. And it is a women's 3 hour leadership retreat, right? It's a virtual event. Of course, we're going to do it on Zoom, start at 10 and end at 1. That'll be Eastern Standard Time. And I just like to just give you a powerful way to make sure that what you're doing, you understand the power of manifesting, of acting, of serving, yourself first. And then I want I want to just share this story with you. And I want you to know that what you're doing right now, is going to manifest itself in the future. And here we are at the end of 2020. And we're like, you hear all these comments, 2020 sucked, 2020, all of that kind of stuff, right? Really, let's position ourselves right now for 2021. And that's why I'm doing an event on Saturday, December 19th, right? And so, what I want to just show you, right, the power, the power of manifesting, the power of working with someone like me, someone with proven leadership experience and skills, and someone that will be kind to you as you discover how you want to approach 2021, how you want to show up. So so I attended Oprah's The Life You Want weekend. Like I said, this was 2014. I served in the Army for 27 years. I retired 5 years ago, and I was still in the Army at that time. And since then, I actually went on a cruise with Oprah and Gail. She said, bring your best friend. I'm gonna bring mine. So I brought my everything friend, and we were on a cruise um, with Oprah last year, 2019. It was amazing, by the way. But anyway, let's get to the story. You can go ahead and put your comments in the chat, right? But let me just tell you. So I started out with, Oprah showing up on the stage and amazing. And by the way, I am an Oprah fan, not a fanatic, but a fan. And she had Deepak Chopra, Mark Depot, Elizabeth Gilbert, and she also had Rob Bell, Ayana Van Sant with her on that particular tour, right? And so one of the questions is, what have you been called to do? So I asked you that question also. What have you been called to do? And then I wanted to just follow up. The question is, what have you been called to do? And then if you just put that in the chat right now, what is it? What is it just pulling you along? What have you been called to do? Right? And really, I guess with that question is winging it working for you? Right? Is meandering working for you? And of course, I am certain that you are working diligently towards your goal. Sometimes you just need a coach to help you through, right? And so I was going through the book, and the other thing it has on there said, creating the highest, grandest vision for your life, then let every step move you in that direction. And like a big old vision board is what we did, right? That was the actual program. It was just amazing, right? So we want to start the conversation off with my son. He wants, he's learning how to drive and all that kind of stuff. And we were walking out of a store the other day. Of course, we were masked up and all that stuff. And there was a guy sitting in his car, and some random person sitting in their car. And I said out loud, I verbalized, I was like, what is he doing? And my son said, it's amazing how many things you have to take into consideration when you're driving. So Mom, what is it that you think about when you're, getting in your car? And so he asked me that, and I told him, I said, I just pay attention to my surroundings, right? My environment. And I just check to make sure that the doors are locked as they were. There's nothing, broken. And that I pay attention to who is parked near me, so those things. We were just having a conversation. He was just like, wow, it's a lot to think about, right? And so then I realized that all of my experience, right, my experience based on my age and what I've done is not his. And so I'm like, okay, so the things that I've manifested, we're walking in this moment, and I have seen this before because I wanted it, right? I wanted it really badly. And so anyway, Oprah asked us, let me look at that right quick. She said, close your eyes, picture someone you love, see their face, and then what do you wish for them, right? So I read this to my son, right? I read this off to my son. So I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read some of this to yourself. I said, my answer was wholeness. I want Ryan, that's my son, to be confident and kind and respectful and honest. I want him to set goals and achieve some of them and learn and grow from the ones he failed, the successes and the failures. I want him to laugh out loud, to know how to take responsibility for his chores, to be considerate, turn out the lights, TV when he leaves the room. I want him to write several books. I want him to have a great work ethic, great work ethic, to earn A's and B's in school. I want him to feel loved and supported. And I want him to demonstrate love and support, right? I want him to know that he is enough just the way God has made him. And I want him to know that he has the potential to do anything and everything. I also want him to know that he can always start over, right? He can always start over. And then I added, I want him to know his thoughts lead to his actions leads to his character. And I want to hug him more. I want him to hug me more. And I want him to possess wisdom and peace of mind. I love him more than I want to breathe, right? So during the program, Oprah, she says, close your eyes, picture someone you love, see their face. What do you wish for them? And then write everything down. So I did that. In the program later on, what Oprah said was, everything you wrote down for the person that you love is really for yourself. You're projecting. And I was like, oh, how you get a surprise face, right? I did that. And so now that was in 2014. And today we were somewhere, my son and I, right? And he said, Mom, give me a hug. So I hugged him, right? And then I thought, oh my goodness, it has come full circle, manifesting because we hug more, that kind of thing. And then I thought about the things that I had written down. I read that to him, and he was like, wow, you were thinking all these nice things about me when I was 9? So of course. And so I told him the story also, but I'm telling you right now, that sometimes, as Oprah guided that entire room filled with people, a couple thousand of us, right? A few thousand people, through that exercise of writing down the things that we wanted to see manifested for someone else. And, and appropriately, it was for ourselves. So that's what I'm going to do on Saturday. Not this particular exercise. I might do something else, but it will be the same concept as establishing um, looking at what you want to, first of all, what are you going to leave behind in 2020? Then what you're going to take with you in 2020? How are you going to show up? So for me, on the first day, we'll start with our, let me show you what we're going to do here. We're going to start with our women's 3-hour leadership intensive. It's the whole point is to gain clarity and plan. You want to plan to earn more respect and earn more revenue in 2021. That's really what we want to be able to do, right? And for that, we'll start first. We'll go ahead and start off the first hour with. We'll start that first hour talking about leadership, getting a common understanding of the terms we're discussing, right? And we'll do a non-scientific assessment, and really that way, when you start off with any kind of assessment, you're looking at your own abilities as a business leader, and really, regardless in what stage you're in your career, this is a good way to start, right? Just to know, have a basis. And wherever you are, you might be tip-top shape in this thing, but it's always good to take a step back and take a good look, right? The second hour, I'm going to walk you through my success framework, and that is the SOAR method, SOAR, strategy, organize, accountability, and relationships. Relationships being the most critical skill that we can actually have as we move forward, discovering our next big step, right? And then the third hour, we're going to do some live coaching. Then we're going to wrap this thing up after 3 hours. So what do you get in the women's 3-hour virtual live leadership intensive? You get live training with me. I'm Angela Odom, and I am a certified coach, and I've got proven leadership experience. So we're going to help you with that. I'll give you a printable workbook so you can have your own game plan. I like the pencil and paper kind of thing, so I can write, go through that. And then you have the opportunity for live coaching during the intensive. You got 3 different bonuses also. I've had my next event is January 22nd through the 25th. It's a virtual retreat, make over your leadership 3 days, right? And so you'll get a big discount off of that. Of course, we have a private Facebook support group for this. That means by Monday through Thursday, you'll be able to tag me on various scenarios or questions, and I'll chime in with that, right? Help you out with that. And then for the people who go ahead and pay early, for the first 5 women anyway, you will schedule a career goal strategy session with me, and we'll move on with that. So that's what we're going to. So if you're ready to get started, it's only $97. It's one payment, and we'll get you in here. Like, well, okay, I have a few questions. Like, when does this thing start? The intensive officially begins on December 19th at 10 a.m. All the times are Eastern Standard Time. You can enroll now. Of course, we're going to do a bonus welcome call on December 18th. That way, we'll get the tech issues out of the way, or any questions that you might have, so that we start on time at 10 and end at 1, right? We won't spend the first few minutes talking about, can you see me? Can you hear me? We'll get all that straight ahead of time. And then you say, well, what if I don't know what I want? Really, that's okay, because most folks don't. It's just so many things that are happening that are distracting us from where we want to go, what that next step might be. Or we're so busy doing for others that we're not able to take a breath or step back to see what we need to do for ourselves, right? So the whole point is I'm going to help you with that. The process, the success framework I have, it'll help you shake it loose, right? We'll be good. Then what happens after sign up? Once you complete your payment, you will automatically be sent a welcome email with your next steps. Make sure you check your spam or your junk mail. And there is no refund policy on this, so you should be good to go. Now, if you have any other questions or something just really goes awry, then of course, make sure that you contact me at info@thebetteryouproject.com, right? And we will gladly answer your questions and help you through that. So we got 5 days, and this thing is coming pretty quick. So go ahead and get your schedule straight, and we will see you. We'll see you here in a few days on Saturday at beginning at 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. So it's just 3 hours, and we are looking forward to seeing you on. Let me see if I can get back to that. Here we go. We're looking forward to seeing you on the Women's 3-Hour Leadership Intensive. It's a virtual live event on Zoom, right? And we'll see you there December 19th, this Saturday, beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to 1 p.m. And we'll encourage you to go to angelaodom.com, right? Go to angelaodom.com. Go ahead and click that link when you get there. And oh, by the way, boom, this is going to be really good. And I think it's okay for you to take care of yourself. I think it's okay for you to go ahead and make arrangements right now for the people in your life that you're caring for and say, hey, I just want to have 3 hours, right? So we can move forward into 2021, feeling powerful and very confident, gain some clarity on what you want to do. Especially, it could be just one thing, and to you, it's something that's nagging at you. You want to figure this thing out. It might be communication. It might just be presentations, because we're doing it all the time. It could be virtual meetings. So I'm not going to decide for you what you want, but I'm going to help you move through it, right, to accomplish that particular skill or goal. Give you that process. So my name is Angela Odom, and again, I am the lead strategist for the Better You Project, and I am indeed rooting for you. Look forward to seeing you on the other side. Go to angelaodom.com, and my name is Angela Odom, so that's ODOM.com. So go there, and then we'll look forward to you on Saturday at 10. Oh, I see, Kim, you said sounds very useful. I already have plans that day and time, but I will look for another opportunity to join you. Thanks for the reminder, but I need for self-focus and care. No doubt, Kim. No doubt. We all need to take some time for ourselves. All right, with that said, I will bid you all adieu until the next time. My name is Angela Odom, and I am rooting for you. Please say take care of yourself, mask up, right? Wash your hands, social distance. Sometimes you might also want to turn off all of our devices, right, for a few minutes and be present. But anyway, for the story I shared with you earlier, right? Kim, one suggestion I would have, since you're not going to, you have a scheduling conflict, you might just do the same thing. Close your eyes and think of someone you love, right? You might not want to close your eyes if you do what you need, but this whole exercise, you get the idea. Close your eyes, picture someone you love, see their face, and what do you wish for them? That's the question. What do you wish for them? And then write everything down, right? What do you wish for them? And the whole point of that is you would be projecting what it is you actually want for yourself. And maybe just set your timer, right? Set your timer. We got all these fancy devices. Set your timer for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, with nothing else going on, somewhere in a quiet space for you, right? No other people, not the ones you love or you like. None of that. Nothing on the screen, none of that stuff. And just sit for a few minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and just write. Have that person in mind. Because really, if I asked you to do it for yourself, most of us would hesitate, like, I don't know, I'm good. I'm too busy, all that kind of stuff. So for you, sit and just think about what you would want for the person that you love, like you love, right? Like there's no space in between you and God, right? Like that person that you love. And just write that down. And oh, by the way, before you even start to um, judge it, sit it down, or if you've written it online somewhere, whatever, step away from it and come back and read it. When I read that thing today after since 2014, I was like, wow. And I could see the growth in my relationship with my son. I could see the growth myself and I could see the growth in him. And he was just so amazed that I prayed for him, that I thought so many good things for him. And this is what he said. Then I'm going to close this out. Oh, it's just you said actually I do daily during my spiritual practice as a Buddhist, peace and absolute happiness for all. Ooh, well, I love that. Love it, love it. But my son said, here I was thinking that I was doing all these things myself, and actually there's some power bigger than me that's doing this. And I was like, yeah, God. It's a spirit, it's a universe. Yes, it's God. He says, now I feel like a puppet. I said, well, it's all in the way you look at it, right? It's all in the way you look at it. You're no puppet. You have free will. But yet, I'm always going to be praying for you. Anyway, with that said, you all have a good evening, and may the good Lord continue to bless each one of you. And you're reading and watching this on the replay, please put in the comments, replay, and then place your comments right there. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday, December 19th, beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for 3 hours. 3 hours, three amazing hours, right? You all have a good evening. Oh, okay. Before I close it, yes, absolutely. We change ourselves, our environment, and those around us are bound to change. Take great care. You are so sweet. Good night. Good night, Kim Black Swan Coleman. Good night.